Now, how to use internal rate of return for the purpose of decision making about a project. So, remember, all of us,
Is there any manual formula for this?
okay, there is a manual formula for this, but thanks to Microsoft and all these apps, it is much easier to calculate the IRR very quickly. Manual formula for calculating IRR is by trial and error. So, you have to keep on changing the iterations time and again, time and again, time and again. And by the time you really arrive at the IRR, it might have taken you 2 3 days to compute the IRR through the manual formula. So this is much better, much simpler. It just takes few seconds. Now, how do we decide using IRR whether to go for that project or not to go for that project? An answer, of course, is very simple. So, as a business, we have our WACC, weighted average cost of capital. So, let's say our WACC is 15%, and the project that I am contemplating, that I am trying to look at, the IRR of that project is coming 20%, right? So it becomes very easy for me because my cost of capital or my WACC is 15%. The project is giving me IRR of 18%. That means the project is giving me an IRR which is more than my cost of capital, my WACC, weighted average cost of capital. Therefore, I will simply accept this project without worrying about it. But if the IRR of the project is coming, let's say 13% or 14% or 12%, then what do I do? Then of course I will not accept that project because this project is not going to give me is not going to match my cost of capital. It is not going to match my return requirement, and therefore I will not accept that project. It will also help us in making a comparison between 2 or 3 or 4 projects. So it can always happen that we do not have one option, we have multiple options. So we may be contemplating 4 5 projects at a time. Now, if we have to decide as to which project should I take out of these 5 projects, and remember, ultimately our funds are limited. So since our funds are limited, we cannot take all the projects. So we will have to prioritize. So how do I prioritize out of the 5 projects that I have in front of me? I will prioritize by calculating the IRR of these 5 projects. And depending on the funds which are available with me, I will take the projects which are giving me the highest of the IRR. And this is how we will use the IRR for the purpose of decision making. Now, with this, let's come back to the our slide once again. And now what I will do, I will share with you those ratios of the MRS of our company that we discussed yesterday, and you can quickly have a look at them. Wherever you have a doubt, you can ask me a question, and I would try and explain to you. And then we will move to the Malaysia project, and that's where we will use our understanding of capital expenditure planning that we have discussed so far.
Sir, what is XIRR? XIRR?